Welcome back to my channel, especially all you new people. I think my channel's grown like at least 80 people since I've uploaded my April setup, which is insane. So thank you for the feedback on that. April flew by incredibly quickly, and I know I've said that on previous setups and everything, but this month especially, I'm so glad that I was actually able to get my setup ready in time, because if I didn't, there's no way I would have been able to get all the stuff done that I did, and yet I still have more to do, so that's fun. We're trucking along. May is gonna be a very chaotic month, honestly, but with this setup, I made it incredibly simple, even more simple than April's because there is less drawing, and I based it off of just one sticker sheet, and we are continuing down the Japan kawaii type of theme. Let's just get into it and I'll explain everything. Alrighty, jumping right in, I picked a rilakkuma sticker set that I got from the Japanese dollar store that's in my city, and this was like one of the prettiest sticker sheets, so I was really excited to actually use it. I will admit, however, when I was drawing this, I actually really struggled with Rilakkuma's size, his body proportions. There we go, that's the word I'm looking for. I ended up making his head like a little bit too big, and then struggled to make the body like actually look like it belonged to that head, and then I ended up running out of room when I tried to draw the other bear above it as well. Struggling more than I thought I would on such a simple looking character. At this point, I was getting quite frustrated with drawing, because even though I was like, hey, yeah, you shouldn't be struggling this hard with such a simple thing, you've done way harder stuff in the past, this was like my, I think, 4th weekend in a row doing nothing but drawing in my bullet journals to catch up, and I was getting so burned out, guys. So I'm really glad that I decided not to tackle something more drawing heavy for this month, because I am so tired. After I finished this cover page, I really just like dived in to be as simple as possible. Like, I'm talking so low effort on my creative thinking here that I had to go into old bullet journals just to look at old spreads that I've done and just do the exact same thing, but with the new font and the new color scheme of this month, just to make it still look a little bit different. So, your girl's struggling. And not only with that, I am struggling still with accutane. I think at this point, my face is starting to adjust to the new dosage. Forget how much of it I mentioned in my April setup, but in the first month I was on it, I was on 40 milligrams a day, which was higher than what I was on when I started it 5 years ago when I was originally on it. I was only on 20 milligrams a day, and I was on that for a little over a year before I asked my dermatologist to take me off of it. I won't go too much into detail since I'm trying to make a video kind of showing the progress of my skin and how the accutane really can affect your mood and just like all the symptoms that carry along with it, so that people that are thinking about going on it have a better idea of what to expect instead of just the doctor kind of just saying it. Because I mean, in my opinion, hearing the symptoms and thinking you're going to be okay with it is a lot different than actually seeing someone go through it. And for my mini research on YouTube, there's a lot of Accutane videos of like quote unquote Accutane journeys, but they're not really showing you, like, aside from like progress photos of like, okay, here going through the months and just telling you the dosage, they just tell you what their symptoms were like, but they don't actually like show them going through it. So I thought it'd be interesting to try that on my other channel. And as of right now, being on double dosage, it's kind of kicking my ass. And for lack of a better term, but it's calming down from how my skin felt the last video. I'm not dealing with as big of cystic acne, so my face isn't in as much pain as a few weeks ago. I am noticing that I am getting drier on my arms and whatnot, like little psoriasis patches kind of thing. So I have to be really diligent with like moisturizing, just like more than an average person should. And my face is now getting burnt easier. That is one of the side effects of Accutane. You just can become a lot more sensitive to basically everything, but especially the sun. And now that it's actually like warming up, for example, today I went to work and, you know, kind of cloudy on my way to work, but then on my way from work to Richard's closet, my photographer that I organize his clothes for his photo shoots. That's only a 10-minute drive from my first job to his place. And when I got there, my face was very, very red and very flushed, like at the beginning of a sunburn. So that's not great. So I'm gonna have to make sure I'm really diligent with the sunscreen now. Yeah, that's my little tidbit about how I'm doing. How are you guys? I hope your April was good, and I hope that you have high expectations for May. And yeah, let me know what you're planning on doing for May. Alright, and with that, the finished cover page. Not a huge fan of the little, like, swinging set thing that I tried to do on the quote side, but whatever, that's fine. We'll make do with it. So starting my May schedule page. So as I said a little bit earlier, I was going through some creative brain farts. So I actually looked at my April setup from last year, for my Kirby theme, like the redone Kirby theme, and I really wish I had my book to look at because I really, really loved that setup. I might recreate that whole thing just to like have it again in the future, maybe when I'm in Japan. But because I loved it so much, I decided to take some of the main elements from it and incorporate it into May's. So I did the very open and airy calendar side. So instead of doing like complete full 6x6 boxes, I just did the straight lines on the top of each box. And I really like how that looks. And I thought having that with a cloudy atmosphere once again would be great. I incorporated the same kind of stars that I had from the Kirby theme. It really matches the aesthetic of rilakkuma. And I found these two rilakkuma bears sleeping on the moon, and I'm gonna tell you right now, when I was drawing that moon, I don't know why I have troubles with crescent moons, but I always take way longer to draw them. They always look really wonky the first couple tries, like on the curve part. So took a little bit of tweaking, but regardless of that struggle, I really loved how it turned out. I will say, though, I probably could have improved on how I colored in the actual moon, but I was trying to do the similar thing that the picture did, and I don't think I did a very good job of that part, but that's okay. It's the only little quip that I have about it. Well, okay, no, that's actually a lie. I kind of regret making the purple behind the word May. I should have left it light pink, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Did you guys prefer it before I added in the purple? right, so with that done, we are moving on to the to-do list. So this is where I added a little bit more stickers, but I also did more of like the airy clouds that I had from my schedule page. Again, really had a creative brain block, so I stuck with a lot of what I used for that Kirby theme and incorporated it into this. So I guess I'll take this opportunity now to talk about all the stuff I still have left to do in May, since this is basically a checklist page. As I said, I'm still catching up with videos for this channel. I've got my February setup coming out next week, and also got to work on my June setup and finish filming my cover page from this October's setup. It was supposed to be... Actually, no, I don't want to give that away yet. Never mind, we're going to block that part out. I need to finish drawing the cover page, because that's partly why I didn't get October's setup out this year. And I need to be able to have my desk set up with all my papers and everything to film that before I go to Japan. So a little bit more drawing ahead of me. And after I'm done catching up on my stuff for this channel, I'm going to be pulling almost all of my focus on prepping for Japan. They messaged me back finally to let me know that basically everything that I have to prep before the move happens in May, apparently. So that's fun. 5 jobs on top of trying to move to Japan. Pray for me. So I have to pay the tuition, and once they get the payment for that, then that's when they send me the thing called a COE, which is basically a government document saying that they've approved me for a student visa. And I have to get that in the mail. Then I have to take it to the consulate, the Japanese consulate, which apparently the closest one to me is in Calgary, which is a 3-hour drive away from where I live. So I gotta drive all the way to Calgary. Then they get this new paperwork from the COE to get the actual visa that I need to bring to the airport, so they actually let me on the plane, because I'm buying a one-way flight, because I don't know when I'm coming back. It's going to be like 6 months to 2 years being there. So I need a one-way ticket, and they won't let me on the plane without that visa. So I got to do all of that, and on top of all of that, I've got to sign up for this, God, I can't remember the actual name of it. It's a really long Japanese name, but some kind of certificate basically to say that I'm allowed to bring my medication overseas and that they're not going to like super question it, kind of thing. And that's for my blood thinners and a little bit of my accutane, because the reason I am on double dose is because I asked my dermatologist if there was any way to speed up the process of this stuff so that I don't have to worry about taking it to Japan, because I didn't do a lot of research, and I didn't fully ask my dermatologist this. I just told her that I was moving to Japan. That apparently Accutane is not legal there. But it was kind of muddy in that explanation, so I'm just thinking that, you know what, they might not let me have it, so I better just finish up the dosage here. So that's why I asked her if there's any way, and that's when she decided, okay, because of your weight, we can put you on double dose and get you done basically just before I move. But there's 100 days of it, and I've only done 30 so far, and if I'm flying out June 24th, that's not quite 100 days, so I'll have to bring a little bit of it over, but not enough to make like a huge difference. And plus, like, I'm sure when it's that humid there, my skin won't feel nearly as dry. Yeah, because like I'm in Alberta, man, like the air is so dry here, especially right now with allergy season. That's another thing, my eyes are so dry, but I don't want this video to be like complaining, you know, so I just want you guys to know what's going on, just in case I miss a week and you're wondering what the heck is going on. But if you are one of those people and you want to know what the heck is happening, I do keep my Instagram really updated on anything that might be going on, if I'm going to be late or whatnot, right? So make sure you follow me there if you're interested in a bunch of weekly spreads and updates from me. Speaking of weekly spreads, we are now moving on to the last spread of my May setup. This one I actually took from my second week in March of this year. Very simple, kept it with the same font that I've been using throughout the entire setup and just did the days and added a bit of the star doodles to keep in line with the schedule page. And that was basically it. Well, and kept the same colors that I've been using throughout the spread. But as you guys know, that's the best way to make your books look aesthetically pleasing. Always stay with the same color scheme. Also, side note, I didn't get to mention this yet. I love the colors I picked for this theme. I mainly picked these colors because to keep it aesthetic with the sticker sheet. These colors match the colors used in the sticker sheet, so I mean that also helps keep it very aesthetic, right? So it's actually so easy to just grab a sticker sheet and base your theme on that, because I wasn't a very good drawer at the very beginning of my bullet journaling journey. I actually used my bullet journal to improve my drawing, so it made me practice it very, very frequently, and that's how, in my opinion, I got pretty good. But if you're not a great drawer and you're not interested in making it a habit and improving on that skill, literally just grab cute sticker sheets from like a dollar store or a stationery store that you like and base your theme around that, and it's so easy to do that. And then you can have your super pretty spreads without having to like super overthink it and stress about it. Because I know, like, even I was having this conversation with one of my coworkers actually a couple of days ago when she saw my book, and she was like, oh my gosh, I wish I could do a bullet journal, but it's like, it's so hard to do it. And so I mentioned the stickers thing, and she said she's gonna try it and make a little gift for her boyfriend too, because he loves planners apparently. So we'll see if she does that. But yeah, like, don't be intimidated by that. Literally, like, it's so easy to make it pretty without knowing how to draw. Alrighty, so here is my super kawaii, rilakkuma, airy, cutesy theme. All the adjectives. I loved being able to use the sticker sheet, and now, as of recording this, I finished all my weekly spreads prepping for the month, so I used up the entire sticker sheet, so woo! Mission accomplished! So, as normal, we're going to show any spreads that I use as inspiration. I really only did like 2 pictures from Pinterest, but this one's actually kind of special because I actually had, for the first time, someone tag me on Instagram saying that they used my spread as inspiration. So here's her spread that she did. Thank you so much for tagging me in that. And yeah, if any of you guys decide to do the similar thing, please follow me at Meraki_memories and tag me. I would love to feature you in a video, even though my channel is small. I really, really appreciate when someone likes my work enough to do it themselves. So yeah, please tag me if you do that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week. I'm finally getting up my February setup. Stay tuned for next Scrappy Wednesday, and I will see you next week. Bye! I quickly forgot to mention this, but if you guys liked this, you can check out this playlist to see all my bullet journal setups from this year. And if you're interested in starting your very own bullet journal for the first time and not really know where to start, you can check out this playlist over here to see all of my bullet journal setups that I've uploaded so far. I hope you enjoy, and I will see you guys next Scrappy Wednesday.